Minister, thank you very much for taking time out to talk to us. I guess the best place to start will be for you to highlight some specifics of this trade agreement between the UK and Ghana.
We've got a trade agreement, a trade and partnership agreement with Ghana, and we've just had the Business Council, which we have every 6 months or so, to make sure that we both make the best of that partnership arrangement, that trade agreement. But also, there's all sorts of other things that we're doing. So there's an additional £1 million that we've identified, particularly to help grow businesses and identify opportunities in the energy sector. And also, we've launched and announced a new investor group as well, an investment group, to identify additional investment opportunities for British companies and others into Ghana. So it's part and parcel of a much wider package to build the relationship and the trading opportunities in particular.
Now, with the EPA, which is the Economic Partnership Agreement, as the UK is no longer part of the EU, does this mean Ghana will receive some level of preferential treatment, or the EPA under the EU is still very much in operation?
Well, some of the trade arrangements that we had with the EU, when we left, we almost did a cut and paste job with some of them. But what we've done is evolved them and changed them, and we customised them then for the local circumstances where possible. And with Africa and actually many developing countries as a whole, we're also launching other schemes. So, for example, we've got the Developing Countries Trading Scheme, which I'm going to be very pleased to be launching in Ethiopia actually later this month. And again, the purpose of those is to try and identify opportunities to reduce tariffs and also make the whole customs process easier, to also enable even greater opportunities in many developing countries to export to the UK. And also, when we remove those tariffs, it also is advantageous to British customers and consumers because it reduces prices, and in a cost of living challenging circumstances, that's a good thing. So there's mutual benefit in these kind of things. So yes, we've left the EU, but we're also searching for lots of opportunities, for trading opportunities right around the world.
Okay, but how accessible is the UK market for Ghanaians in the import and exporting business under this agreement?
Yeah, the very purpose of these business council meetings and the committee meetings that we have around the trading arrangement is to identify what's working, and if there are problems, then we can try and resolve them and make things easier. So any kind of market access barriers, we're identifying them. As long as it's within the broad rules of that trading agreement, we are always trying to find opportunities to make business opportunities and trading opportunities as smooth as possible, because there is always mutually beneficial opportunities here. We're great supporters of free and fair trade around the world, but we want to be trading even more. At the moment with Ghana, for example, I think the trading, bilateral trading is something like 2.2 billion, which is good, really, very good, but we can do so much more.
You've just mentioned that the UK's trade with Ghana has reached 2.2 billion, and you continue to find ways to expand it. However, China's trade with Ghana is significantly higher. The assumption here is that China is ahead in terms of influence and building stronger ties with countries such as Ghana.
Well, the UK is one of the biggest investors in Africa as a whole. And we've got a long-established relationship with many, many countries, which we really value. We really value them on a cultural and political level, but increasingly so on a trading level as well. So we want to make our presence felt, and also we want to be there because there's advantageous opportunities on both sides. We want to do trade because it creates jobs, it creates opportunities, generates taxes, removes people out of poverty. But we've also got a lot of activity going on in aid in Africa as well, and that's an important part of our philosophy as well. So we're there to help and help those economies grow. Not every country is motivated by the same things, but we are very much motivated by trying to make sure our friends and allies can seek some of the economic opportunities and the ability for social mobility and all of those great things that comes with further economic development, and we want to be there partnering with these countries.